We even have good old player camps here. Always nice to see the emotions of players in the game. See how they react to different stuff. Some players are really stoic about it, but these two have been known to show some frustration more than anything. Like when obviously they're happy when they win a game, but more than anything, you see them react to something frustrating happening in the game. So you can watch out if something like that happens this game. All right, what do we have here so far? So standard. Trap looking to go for that Nexus before the Cybernetics core. It's such a big map, and Clem is opening up standard, so you can get away with that. Oh, actually, never mind. He does place down the Cybernetics core. Not sure why. What he saw on the other side of the map that made him choose to go that direction, but not that big of a difference either way. With the Cybernetics core being done faster, you can get your first gateway unit faster, you can get your tech just a little bit faster, and it doesn't really prevent your economy from booming that much more. So yeah, that probe's still out of the map, got all the scouting it wanted. Clem not going for the Reaper here, just decided to go for the Marine first, followed up by the Reactor, so won't have access to any early scouting, but at this point he pretty much knows that there's no super shenanigans going on, like no proxy gates, stuff like that. That would have revealed itself by now, so he's just content with getting that scout on the tag just a little bit later. Probably going into at least one or a couple of Hellions here. If he swaps over that factory to the Reactor, he will probably, yeah, and that's exactly what he does. So these Hellions are obviously a nice harassment tool, but also just for a nice scout. It's very hard to deny that scouting as the Pro does. So Clem's map vision so far is it's absolutely abysmal, but he doesn't really need to see anything. His build so far is just really crisp, no minerals dumped into anything that is not necessary. And now he's moving out with those two Hellions to or is he? I was gonna say he's gonna get the scout, but looks like he wants to be a bit cheeky and wait for that medevac and then drop the Hellions in before the wall of from the Protoss is completed. Trap is taking the standard, it's just playing Blink here. Clem has no idea about that just yet, but he got his stuff covered. Trap being very safe, very cautious, adding on two shield batteries, one of them in the main, one of them in the natural, because yeah, Trap also hasn't seen anything on Clem's side of the map after seeing the Reactor. I think that's about the latest information that he got. And now we're gonna see this aggression here. Now Trap sees it, medevac coming in, and he's just going to full focus on that natural base. It looks like, nope, sees that there's no getting through, so picks up the Hellions and drops them off into the main base, but the Stalkers are already on it. Now how many probes can Clem kill here? 4 already, but it looks like 4 is all that it's going to be. Blink finished up in all of this, so really nice clean defense here. Losing 4 probes to this is really not all that bad in the Protoss mind. And now Trap is getting his third base on the way, and now has full map control with these Blink Stalkers. Clem is a little bit on the back foot here. He now has to focus on a bit of the defense, and is very late on all of his bio upgrades. He now has 2 additional barracks finishing up, but Stim and combat shields are going to be rather late. And now with this Blink Stalkers pressuring, getting a few workers here and there. There's a Raven that can drop an auto turret, so But this is just very annoying for Clem. He has to pull workers off the line, repair that bunker. Worker count is fine. You're expecting to be a little bit behind here as the Terran player, because yeah, the Protoss just has access to that chrono boost, so can get these probes out a whole lot quicker. Obviously, you're making up for that with mules. Well, we have the observer coming in, so potential to go up into that main base. There's just one tank there, and yeah, Trap sees the opportunity. Yeah, now he does decide to go up into the main base. I don't think he's going to get a whole lot more than this depot, but yeah, constantly implying pressure. I'm just going to have a pretty nice time here. I did mention that his upgrades are late, but they are all lining up pretty much perfectly. Stim, combat shield +1. And he does add on 2 more barracks before ever thinking about a 3rd command center. So we're gonna see a whole bunch of pressure here out of the European Terran prodigy. Trap is adding on more gateways. Still probing up, so he fully relies on the gateway on the gateway force on top of these Templars to deal with that push coming out. There's no storm yet, worth noting. So all of these Templars are gaining energy, but there's no storm yet. And I'm not sure if Trap notices. Yeah, now he's morphing Archons. With the very early defensive turret that he doesn't know that there is no storm, obviously. Only now storm finishing this. So this push here is going to hit very, very hard. Tanks are getting into position. And it looks like there's really no opportunity for Trap to take this fight from multiple angles. But yes, shield batteries available. Clem now approaching all of this from a different side, trying to go where the shield batteries are, and now the engagement is happening. Link Stalkers blinking forward, taking out one tank, and now the Archons are closing in. Archons are super tanky in this, they're tanking a lot of the tank fire, but the bio is now kiting back. More Zealots warping, and the 2 Liberators need to siege up. They could be huge in this fight, but oh, they're sieging up underneath of the Archons, and oh, they survive! The Archon's going down. Clem is starting to break through here a little bit. His bio is very bruised, but this push is super, super strong. Still no 3rd command center, by the way, so this is rather all in at this point. But Storm is now done. Oh, that Liberator. I would love to get a repair on it, but doesn't look like Clem wants to invest in mule for this. But still, he's doubling the army supply now. This is super scary still. But if Trap clears this up, it's going to be a win for the Protoss. But for the time being, he's just buying time. He's just stalling, and that's what he needs to do. Getting more Warpins, getting all the units that he can, producing Immortals out of the Robo. And Clem hasn't really gotten any ground in the last minute or so. And now Trap trying to go for it. Liberator still standing strong. Charge Zealots on top of the tanks. And oh, it looks like Trap, he is breaking through. Still 3 Immortals. And these units are rather overstimmed. The medevacs are running out of energy. And Clem needs to deal game-ending damage here. Finds another Immortal, and these Templars that were just recently walked in do not have Storm yet. So good fight here for the Terran, but he needs to end the game. One tank still left in the back that hasn't really contributed to anything. And now Clem is getting on top of that 3rd base, gets a whole bunch of workers. But is the army from Trap, is it too strong? There is Storm available now as well, I do believe. Every Terran unit has its personal medevac there, so trying to join up with the remainder of the army. Now the tanks in range to fire, but all these storms could be deadly. Trap needs to land them to defend here. Oh, the Rio Cannon hitting a whole lot of the Immortals. And now maybe Clem can look to go for it. Storm number 1. Oh, Zealots in the bottom, taking care of the tank. Very important to get rid of that. And oh, finds another tank here. Great pickup with that Storm! That Storm is massive. All of the bio so very bruised. Another Liberator joining into the fight though. Clem has not given up on this push yet. Oh, but he's running out of steam just a little bit. He's constantly rallying his reinforcements across the map, but Trap is holding on strong here. It's very tight though. I'm just going to look to find another siege position here. He has another Liberator, and that Raven still adding value to the army. Oh, nice move here out of Trap. Looking to catch some of these reinforcements. Clem is now lifting over his main command center to his third to try and get some mining there, but yeah, don't be fooled, guys. This is not an actual third command center. It really looks like Trap has stabilized, and this these reinforcements, Clem is really relying hard on them. Oh, but now he's trying to go for the killer move with the big drop into the main base. Does Trap know about it? It looks like he's moving units into position here, and this could be disaster for Clem if these Medivacs get sniped off. Oh, they're also Templars, so feedbacks and Blink Stalkers to deal with this force. I really don't think Clem can macro out of this. I think he's too far behind economically. He doesn't have the money to invest into another command center, but yeah, I guess he realizes that he doesn't really have what it takes to break through here. So he abandons plan and wants to play the macro game from behind. Adds the Ghost Academy. And now a third command center at 13 minutes into the game. Just tearing things. You can't really allow Trap to just continue going on like this. He needs to be aggressive and continuously find not even good trades. He basically needs to find a bunch of pickups for free. He needs to find really good fights. Otherwise, Trap's economy is just going to be too good here. But with these Liberators, tanks still on up, finds another good position, and this is only half of Trap's army here, so Clem once again getting a really good siege position here, but has to be careful about this flank. There's storms in this flank as well. He repositions the Liberator. If only he had like one or two more for some more zoning. And now Trap is going for it. Zealots charging and storms coming in from the back. They are going to be massive. There's no EMPs or any of that sort to get rid of them. Clem loses his contained staying power here for the tanks and the Liberators, but he will be able to deny this fourth base if he right clicks it, if he just commits to it, and he will. Now he will just try and get out of here. Man, Clem really trying to make the best out of the bad situation. He has his third base now set up, so, and Ghosts are on the way. This is developed into a crazy low economy game, and oh, this kiting from Clem here is just absurdly good. There are still storms in the RB though, plenty of storms, and there are no ghosts, so these EMP really need to land. First one does land on the first High Templars. Second one lands. There's still like 2 or 3 Templars remaining with storm, and that one hits, and so does this one. This is very tense. Trap has not rebuilt his fourth base here, so he's really trying to... Wow. I don't want to call it an all-in, but... Oh, that storm! Brutal. Looking to finish the game here. Has a good siege position on the bottom here of that base. All of these SCVs not mining. But now with another tank. maybe Clem will be able to zone it out just a little bit. Clem is now down in supply, and the army supply has never been closer this entire game. And now Clem is going for it, it looks like. More storms. All these storms, they're so juicy. Oh, he's eating them, all of them. Oh, I guess he cleans this up, but that was super, super costly. And now, there wasn't even the biggest part of Trap's army. So, plenty of Archons and Zealots, and with this warp in, Clem is forced off of that third base. Has to defend his natural now, but his natural will also be overrun this turn for super scary. Now with the storm on the ramp. Oh, I don't think there was energy, but now there is. Zoning on the ramp. It's going from bad to worse here for Clem. Trap is retreating, but he has dealt significant damage here. The economy out of Clem already wasn't great, and now he's down to 28 SCVs. Clem really holding on by the skin of his teeth. And now onto that fresh base here. It's not a planetary, it's just an orbital. Another EMP hits here, so we'll chase away Trap. Oh, quick pause coming in. What is this about? Trap does not look happy about that one. But it looks like we're back into the game. Oh, he switched out of the screen, out of the StarCraft screen apparently. So, yeah, that's not something that you want to have happen in the middle of the game. Okay, so now let's look at the game state here. Now that we don't have action for a minute, but actually never mind. There is action. Big storm going on onto these ghosts. Oh, these ghosts, they are the key factor here for Clem to survive in this game. That he really needs to land superb EMPs here. He's trying to fish for them, but the Templars are well protected in the War Prism. And now with more warp-ins coming in, this becomes harder and harder here for Clem. He needs to find dream EMPs. He cannot really take any storms on this army. Okay. Oh, that War Prism so low! Single Marine getting a couple of probe kills here, which in this kind of low economy game is pretty huge here. It gets 5 probes in total, but now it looks like Trap is preparing for the main engagement. Storm's going down. Looks like from multiple sides here. Clem not able to land the game-winning EMPs and just gets overrun here. But man, what a game. 18-minute complete slugfest between these two here. Second map between these twos. That's going to be Curious Minds, and in the top left corner we have for Team Liquid, Clem. And in the bottom right for the Afrika Freaks, it is Trap. This game is the deciding one in this matchup between these two teams here. If Trap wins, Afrika Freaks closes it out 4-2. If Clem wins, then it's going to an ace match. So, important match here, that is. Obviously, the format in the World Team League is so that if you take it to an ace match, even when you lose in an ace match, you're still getting 1 point overall. So, for any team, just really important to get these points. You're not getting anything from a loss. You're getting 3 points for a win without an ace match, and then 2 points for a win in the ace match, and a single point for getting to the ace match and then losing there. Let's look at what is happening in this game here. Yeah, pretty much standard, same stuff as we saw on the last map. No Reaper here for Clem. Going Marine first, and Trap choosing to go for the Cybernetics core before the Nexus. Clem gets the command center down. Killed one of the critters there, I do believe. Yeah, the cleaning bot in the main base of Curious Minds. And he goes for the reactor. And this time around, no factory, but a second barracks. So probably gonna see the opening that Bjorn likes the most and has made popular in the recent months in this matchup. Going to be the 3 barracks play. Going to be a move out onto the map with a bunch of bio, and yeah, just gaining some map control. Wants to deny the 3rd base of the Protoss and maybe find a good trade. The downside to this build as a Terran is your combat, not your combat shield, your medevacs are going to be insanely late because your factory and starport are just super delayed with this build. So in the early stages of the game here, every time you stim, you're actively hurting your own army and there's no potential for it to be healed back up. So let's keep an eye out on what Clem can do with this early bio push here. Trap is already doing a super good job here, damaging a bunch of these Marines. Keep in mind, guys, these Marines will be part of that move out, and they will not be able to heal. So while this looks like, oh, nothing has died, he's like, he keeps all his Marines alive. If these Marines stim, they are like 1 shot away from dying. So really good stuff here out of Trap, who is just playing standard at this point. He's just playing Blink. Gets the robo on the way as well. Off of 2, I think, or 3 gateways. That looks like 2 gateways and the robo, so as long as he doesn't take his 3rd base super early. Oh, but he does. Doesn't look like he's either not figured out what exactly this is out of Clem, or he's just not afraid at all. Constantly gets the scouting here with the adept, so sees what Clem has out on the map. Even shades the adept through here, and the adept sees a couple more Marines. So now Trap knows that the only real possibility for there to be this many Marines out on the map is if it's 3 barracks play. So now he knows what is going to be coming at him in just a little while. And yep, there comes the move out. And Blink is done here. This is really crucial for Trap to have his stalkers out on the map and start trading here. You don't want to stim as the Terran. You need your Marauders in this to even deal damage. This is, all these Terran units are already so bruised, and Trap is has done this perfectly so far, getting all these units down to very low HP. And Clem really can't commit to this. He can't punish the 3rd base out of Trap anymore. His units are just too low. He's still trying though. You need to make something happen with that Bioforce, and I guess he can at least get some map control. Gets the watchtowers here. Trap is pretty much out of the woodwork though. There's no way that this Bioforce is going to deal any significant damage to him here. He has brought all of his stalkers back home now, so he's given up a bit of map control just to be super defensively set. Which he is. And Clem, recognizing this, is just posturing with these units, which is not what you want to do, but given the way that the game has gone so far, is the best that he can do. And he gets his 3rd base at a reasonable time. 6 minutes is quite early, quite a bit earlier than we see it a lot of times in this matchup these days. Now Clem looking for the stem. There's plenty of force fields though, so won't be able to advance into the natural. But now the 3rd base is exposed. Trap needs to recall to the 3rd base, and Clem is now able to just right-click these units here one by one. Gets a good trade, gets the best trade that you can possibly ask for here without medevac support in this army. And he's going to have to stim another time to get out of here. Or maybe not. I guess there was only 1 force field remaining, so Trap not really able to chase. But now Trap has offensive capabilities here with the War Prism. Medivacs are now here. Those are the first 2 Medivacs, by the way. Oh, shooting at its own command center there for a second. Not what you want to do. Now, this is actually looking very scary here. Out of trap. Clem forced to stem. These force fields are decent, at least forces this base here to lift off. And Trap is finding very good trades here. This is a very unorthodox timing out of the Protoss player. But he's making it work. Still sentries in this army that could complicate things here for Clem. Can't really go up the ramp there, can he? With the Widow Mines being operational. There's still one more Widow Mine that hasn't fired yet. So it looks like Trap is content and happy with the damage that he's done, and just goes back, probes back up, and goes into Storm. And even though Clem's 3rd base was quite a bit earlier here than in the last game, I mean, can't really place it any later than in the last game, but he's had it earlier here, but didn't really get any benefit out of it here. It's not even an orbital command yet, and Trap sees all of this with the observer there. So Trap firmly in control of this game. Storm also finishing up, and now we see this Warp Prism here into the main base of Clem. Clem, just as he moves out onto the map, has to now deal with this Zealot harassment. Another Warpin coming in, and 5 SCVs is not the most SCVs kills, but it forces a big reaction out of Clem here. And now there's another fight in the middle of the map. So Clem's attention here is really split. Zealots are still a nuisance here in his base, and now Storm. It looks like Clem has a tough time dodging these here cross server. More Zealots heading across the map. Constantly the threat of the backstep here. Well, it looks like Clem is getting into a decent position here. Widow Mines burrowing, but nice bait here for Trap. And now the engagement is happening. Nice force field. I don't think Clem has what it takes to break through here, but he takes out the 4th base. Nice pickup there, and now he gets the hell out of there. These Medivacs are super low on energy, so has to be careful with his stims here. Looks like that counter with harassment has been dealt with for the most part. And now Clem is just trading in the middle of the map here. Picking up units and then kiting back is what you want to do when you have the space to kite back this far. And Clem seems to be in a way better position than he was in last game. His 3rd base is operational, but now this fight, it's still scary. There's still storms available. Nice pre-splits here, and the Widow Mines are hitting, but now on the retreat, plenty of storms are hitting all over Clem's army. He's still in the supply lead, but all of these units are so very low. And Trap still has storms available. Oh, another one in slap bang in the middle of the army. This is just so painful for the Terran player. SCVs have to be pulled into it, and Trap takes the series. Clem really not able to deal with the storms in this series, and that means the Freaka Freaks take the victory over Team Liquid. Yeah, we see Trap here being quite happy about that one. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and yeah, check out more videos on this channel.